Starting a clothing brand is not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, it is quite the opposite. And in this video, I'm going to explain why that is. Just before we get into it, if you are new here and you like what you see, then hit that subscribe button and follow me on my journey to 10k a month. That's what this series is called. It's called The Road to 10k a month. And I'm trying to do that through my clothing brand and through my personal brand as well. Just before we get into it, these zip hoodies are still available on the website, only £30, only £25 if you buy the matching joggers as well. So if you like the look of it, feel free to check it out. I'll leave a link in the description and I'll put the website on the screen right now. Let's get into it. So there are a lot of influencers out there, mainly in America, who have found success fairly quickly with their clothing brand. And it gives a false sense of security to people who want to start a clothing brand, thinking that they're gonna get rich quick and that clothing brands are simple and easy and that you just make a logo, you slap it on a piece of clothing and suddenly you're making money. But it is nowhere near that simple. And I won't lie, part of me also thought that before I started my clothing brand, but since then I have now fallen in love with the business. I have fallen in love with the feeling of getting a sale, the fact that somebody has actually been willing to pay their own money for something that I have created. I think the concept is incredible. So let's dive further into it. I think it's especially harder if you are in the UK like I am. I think in America a lot more people are likely to buy clothes. I think the culture over there is a lot more easier to sell to, if you understand what I mean. I don't really know how to word it properly, but I just think people over there are a lot more likely to buy streetwear clothes. That's why a lot of brands blow up in America fairly quickly. Don't get me wrong, you can find success fairly quickly. If you've got a high skill set or a lot of knowledge in the clothing brand business, then you can build up a brand very quickly. But that's not always the case, especially when you are starting out as a beginner like I did. I've owned my brand for over 7 months now, and my last drop, which was this zip hoodie and the matching trackies as well, I made a total of 3 sales from this drop, and that was it dropped almost 2 months ago now. So 3 sales in 2 months, one of them being from someone that I know personally. So not great, but it's a start. Everyone has to start somewhere. The most difficult thing that I've found is marketing. Obviously, I've done photo shoots. I've tried the thing where you lay out the clothes on a nice clean floor and you just do like cinematic shots, photos and videos of the clothes. But marketing, I just can't seem to get that one viral post that I need. Like, I can't seem to get my product out there. I've managed to get up to around just under 400 followers on TikTok. I've got over 700 followers on Instagram, but that was through working with a brand, which I have explained in another video. So the point is that it's hard to really get your product out there when you're first starting out. Like, the marketing is such an important factor when it comes to starting a clothing brand, and that's why I'm switching my marketing strategy. I'm in the process of coming up with ideas to do more creative marketing, like maybe some skits or some comedy type content, some relatable content that people are actually going to want to watch. It's going to make them stop scrolling. It's going to force them to watch the whole video. So very soon you will see some more creative marketing. I've asked one of my friends if he can go out and film with me tomorrow, and yeah, just do what we do best, just be ourselves, record some funny videos, and hopefully it can add a different dynamic to the marketing content and make people more likely to want to buy my clothes. Another thing that I found difficult is coming to terms with the fact that your product might just be bad. Now, personally, I don't think there is such thing as a bad product. And that is because everyone in the world wears clothes. There's 8 billion people in this world and we all wear clothes. There will be someone who likes your product. Like I said earlier, I've already had 2 people that I've never met. One of them being from Hungary, which I've never been to Hungary in my life, but 2 people that I don't know at all have spent their own money on this exact hoodie, which is an amazing feeling. But it's not enough, if you know what I mean. Like, it's proof of concept that there are people out there who will like your clothes, but on a general consensus, I've got to come to terms with the fact that in the 2 months, I have only got 2 sales from the Sip hoodie. So maybe my product is bad on an overall scale, on a general consensus. Not many people would want to buy this product. And I think the reason for that is it is a quite a bold design. If you take a look at the graphic on the back, it's something that means a lot to me, and I think is very meaningful, and I think does relate to a lot of people in a specific niche of trying to become an entrepreneur and trying to make money at a young age. But yeah, maybe this was kind of a too bold of an idea for my first drop. I think if I had done something more simple, something that more people would tend to like, what I mean by that is it can be marketed to a lot bigger audience than this, because this is a very niche product. It's aimed at people with the same mindset as me, being entrepreneurial minded. But if I made a more simpler product, which I am working on, by the way, I'll give you a sneak peek very shortly, but something that can be marketed to a wider range of people, I think that would work better when you're first starting out. And then you can make the more bold designs like this once you have a foundation audience of loyal customers, because you have credibility, and that would mean that this product might do well. So I'm not giving up on this product because the stock is always going to be there. I ordered the bulk, I took the risk, and I haven't made any money on it yet, but the bulk isn't going anywhere. The bulk is still in my room. I've sent a lot out to influencers, but that hasn't came to anything really. I've still got a good 25 sets of these tracksuits ready to be sold. So I am going to start working on a new product, but that doesn't mean that I'm giving up on this product. Hopefully I can use the more simpler product to really get my brand out there, and then once that product starts to get attention, maybe it will help this product get attention, because when they come to the website for the other product, everyone's going to see this product next to it and think, oh, you know what, that looks all right, maybe I'll buy that instead. It's all about trial and error when you're starting out. You've got to find what works in terms of products and in terms of marketing, and it's not a quick process. Going back to the original point of the video, clothing brands are not get rich quick schemes. It will most likely take you at least 6 months to a year to even get anywhere. Like I said, I started 7 months ago now, and I've made many different products, and I still haven't managed to make over £1,000 a month with my clothing brand. But that's okay, because I am going to keep going, and I am going to get there. I know I'm going to get there one day. Just got to stay consistent like I have been doing, and keep trying new things, and hopefully the success will come by the end of this year. I did briefly mention earlier on in the video that I am working on my personal brand, and that is through this YouTube channel and through my personal TikTok as well. I make slightly different content on my TikTok. I'm still figuring out what I want to do, but I've started making football related content, and the reason for that is that I'm very passionate about football. I'm a very passionate Arsenal fan. Let me know in the comments who you support, if you do follow football, that is. But the reason I'm starting football content is because there's a lot more content to talk about. Like, news stories come out every day to do with football. Like, with football content, I'm never going to run out of ideas, and I'm also very passionate about it. I enjoy talking about football. Another thing is that I'm a very opinionated person, and football has there are so many controversial things you can say in order to make people stop scrolling. For example, the other day I made a video calling Bukayo Saka the best right winger in the world, which I don't really agree with. I think it probably goes to Salah. I'd put Saka second. Maybe Rodrigo would be close to that as well, and Yamal. Yamal would probably be above Rodrigo, to be fair. But the point is, I said something really controversial that a lot of people are going to disagree with, and it did cause a fair few people to comment on my video. Some people disagreeing and some people agreeing with me. So I think football content has massive potential on TikTok. So if you are interested in that, then go check out my TikTok. I'll put my personal TikTok and my brand's TikTok on the screen right now for you. I have mentioned this before, but I've also started going live on TikTok as well. Again, I think football content tends to do better. When I have done football related lives, they have tended to have a lot higher viewers and a lot higher engagement. So I've started doing watch-alongs, live watch-alongs on TikTok Live. Not just for Arsenal games, for any games really. I'm trying to improve the quality of the lives, but it's been going well so far. I think TikTok Lives are a really good way to improve your personal brand. So yeah, just wanted to mention that quickly, that I'm just going to try keep improving my personal brand as well as my clothing brand, and hopefully they can simultaneously boost each other, if you get what I mean. So that is going to finish off this video. Just wanted to come and give you an update on how things are going. Still slow at the minute, but like I said, the new product is coming very soon. Hoping to do a drop late April, maybe early May if I can. I'm going to try do a shorts, t-shirt and a hoodie, but at the minute it's looking like it might only be a hoodie and a t-shirt. I am going to still keep trying to get the shorts done as well though. So yeah, I will let you know in the very near future how things are going again. But check out the socials, subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in the next video.